Welcome back to Power Lunch. I'm Michelle Caruso Cabrera. Day 2 of the Republican convention here in Cleveland, Ohio. Joining us, former Florida Senator George LeMieux, now an at-large Republican delegate, who says that while Donald Trump was not his first choice as nominee, he thinks Trump is better than Hillary Clinton. Good to have you here.
It's nice to be with you again, Michelle.
That's the kind of endorsements you're seeing from establishment Republicans. Well, this is what we got. I mean, it's so not full-throated.
Let me do better than that. I thought yesterday was a great first day of the convention. I thought they made a great case that Donald Trump will be better for the safety and security of American families than Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have been. And I've been to, this is my 4th convention. I thought it was the best first day of a convention we've had.
Politico's headline today is Trump's disastrous day 1.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. And I really loved the way it culminated, in my mind, on that thematic with Rudy Giuliani. I thought that was the best speech I've ever heard him give. I thought he made a case. It was like watching Babe Ruth at his last at-bat. He gave this tremendous, persuasive speech about why Donald Trump's going to keep us safe and secure. So I thought it was a great day.
The unbound delegates, these Don Quixote-esque group of individuals shooting at windmills, and that's an editorial comment on my part. Keep sending out. They have sent out guidance to delegates tonight about what they can do to try and stop from having Donald Trump on the ticket tonight. Is there any chance they're going to succeed? If all the delegates could vote for the person they really wanted to, would Donald Trump win?
Donald Trump's going to win tonight. There's zero chance they're going to succeed. Well, you asked 2 questions. I'm answering the first one. There's zero chance. And the reason is, and there's many things going on here. There's a lot of people here who are Trump supporters from the beginning. There's other people like me who believe he won fair and square. He won more Republican votes than anyone's ever won. He won 66 of 67 counties in Florida. We got to respect the will of the people. If we were to throw that out, we would divide and break our party perhaps irrevocably. So I think he's earned it, and I think we've got to give him our support. There
must be concern, though, on your part that the GOP is so divided over him. What does that portend for the full-on election?
Well, I think it's getting better, and sometimes you can't tell it's getting better until you're fuller into the process. But over the last month, the Trump campaign has been a lot more disciplined. They've kept the candidate between the rails. He's used his energy to attack Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and sort of has not got caught in other issues that has hurt him in the past. So I think you're seeing his campaign come to a crescendo. I think it's going a lot better. I think the new top advisor is doing better than the previous manager. So I feel like he's going to come out of this convention and get a nice convention bump and be ahead in the polls.
Were you embarrassed by all the coverage this morning that Melania Trump had similar language in her speech to Michelle Obama's speech?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's blown out of proportion. There are similarities between their 2 speeches. But, as a parent of 4, I've said all of those same things to my kids. I went back and looked at Laura Bush's 2004 speech. There's a lot of that language in her speech. So I don't know what happened, but at the end of the day, it's not a big issue.
Foreign Affairs, the headline today, the apocalypse in U.S. political thought, with a photo of Donald Trump. What do you say to people who watch and think, the guy who hosted The Apprentice, the megalomaniac, they think he's a megalomaniac, the guy who isn't clear on policy could be president of the United States, the foreign policy establishment defined by Foreign Affairs calls it the apocalypse.
Yeah, well, how are all the smart people doing now? I mean, we've had 3 domestic terror attacks, at least 3, in this country in the last year or so. People do not feel safe and secure. They're worried about their families. They want to change. We don't want to have the same foreign policy strategy that has failed under President Obama and have Hillary Clinton continue it. So
what is Donald Trump's foreign policy?
Well, I think he is going to be a lot more aggressive, and I think, there's something about Republican presidents, whether it's President Reagan or President George W. Bush, they create a little uncertainty with our enemies, and it makes our enemies a little more cautious. And I think Donald Trump's going to create more than a little uncertainty, and I think he's going to be deliberate. I think he's going to have the support of a great military establishment. He'll have great generals around him, and I think he'll make very good decisions. Right now, we are not taking the fight to the enemy. Right now, ISIS is taking the fight to us. When George W. Bush was president, for whatever you like him or not, after 9/11, we had no domestic terror attacks in this country. And now it seems like every day we turn on television, and either here or overseas, there's another attack.
Former Senator George LeMieux, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Michelle.
Appreciate it having you on.
Nice to see you.
Guys, back to you.